National Crosslink. Download the app, listen to exclusive live game broadcast. What's up, cowboy? What's up? UBKA. What's up? What's up? Little summer assembly required, son. Hi, girls. Go Merman. Yeah, son. Whoop, whoop. Hi. What's up?
Now let me welcome everybody to the Wild Wild West. A state
there you are, man.
like Elliot Ness. The track
it'd be funny. All right, Mammoth fans, check this out. First time we're able to do this tonight. It is called the 50-50 raffle draw. All right, they've done it here a couple times. First time we've ever been able to do it at a Mammoth game, okay? You can support U Sports in Colorado. Tickets are on sale now through halftime, so look for volunteer sellers or 50-50 kiosk on the concourse. Here's how it works. You buy raffle tickets, half the money goes to the youth program, and half the money goes to one individual who buys that ticket. So as many raffle tickets as you want to buy. Right now it's $2,300. So you would split that up. All right, let's say the pot gets to $5,000 before halftime, before they shut it out. That means the youth program gets $2,500 and you take home $2,500. Last night, it got to like $11,000 or something at the Avs game today. So however big the pot grows, that's how much you can take home, is half of that. Half of it goes to a sports program to involve the youth, and half of it goes to somebody in the arena. So an awesome little event going down tonight. It's the 50-50. It'll be every game from now on, and it is definitely something you want to get in. A chance to walk out of here with your pockets loaded, and you get to buy me breakfast. It's awesome. So find a 50-50 kiosk, find some of the representatives, and it all goes to help out youth sport programs.
Never back down, gonna break through the wall. Shout loud, everyone can hear. No, nobody near. Show 'em what I made of, what I made of. Show 'em what I made of, what I made of. Show them what I made of.
It's a brand new start. Your chance to rise and shine. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you can do just that. With our visionary cloud infrastructure, global broadband network, and custom communication solutions, your business is more reliable, secure, agile, and with responsive, dedicated support, we help you shine every day of the week. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Thanks for coming, cats. It's great to be here on the internet. I see we have a cursor in the audience. A cursor. What's the matter, pal? Didn't your mother teach you not to swear? But seriously, folks, I'm getting sick of this whole web thing. In fact, just yesterday I caught a computer virus. Oh. Hey, come back. What's the matter? You don't like my act? Well, it wouldn't be the first time I put a computer to sleep. Kapow. Hey, don't do that. I'm just getting warmed up.
Rodeo celebrates the first ever Rodeo All-Star Weekend presented by Murdoch's and Cinch Jeans. This is history in the making. See the best in rodeo compete, world champion versus world champion. Rodeo All-Star Weekend, April 4 through 6 at the National Western Complex. Get your tickets to this inaugural event at RodeoAllStar.com. Rodeo All-Star, where the elite in rodeo compete.
Be there.
to support a good cause, rather, youth sports programs in Colorado. So buy your 50-50 raffle ticket. How, you might ask? There's a couple of kiosks on the first level and the third level, and then there's people walking around in yellow aprons. Now, the yellow aprons are volunteers from CAHA, and they are here they'll take your cash and they will print you out. It's like a receipt, and you get your receipt and you see your winning number hopefully on there. So you can get 3 for 5, 10 for 10, or 40 numbers for just $20. And don't worry, it goes to a good cause even if you don't win. So the 50-50 raffle, a really cool thing. We've never done it with the Mammoth. The Nuggets did it on Friday night. The Avs did it earlier today. I talked to a lady who won. She walked home with $5,725, and that was a small pot. So the more money you spend, the bigger it gets, and everybody wins in this situation. So through the first half tonight, make your way, get your 50-50 raffle ticket. Don't worry, it all goes to a good cause. Okay, so now we go upstairs to the men who will call the action tonight along with me on Altitude. Josh Gross and Andy Lindahl have our keys to the game.
With just 4 games left in the regular season, the Philadelphia Wings and Colorado Mammoth are jockeying for a spot in the 2013 postseason. Philadelphia defeated Colorado a month ago. The Mammoth looks for revenge tonight on Altitude. As the calendar nears April, it's playoff crunch time from Pepsi Center. The Philadelphia Wings in town to take on your Colorado Mammoth. And everybody, welcome inside the building. Howdy, partners. Josh Gross and Andy Lindahl with you here for National Western Stock Show night. The Colorado Mammoth coming off a tough loss in overtime to the Calgary Roughnecks. Colorado had won 2 straight in overtime at the Scotiabank Saddledome. Curtis Dixon got the better of them this time.
First off, can I just tell you, have you ever seen the movie City Slickers?
Yes,
because
sir.
This is like a recreation of it right now. The Mammoth have to forget about that tough loss. Things look good at the half. Unfortunately, not able to hold on, and now they've got to win every game from here on out.
For Colorado, John Grant Jr. had 3 and 3, the 3 goals coming in the second quarter. Ty Belanger has shown he's a steady force between the pipes.
Yes, they are getting better goaltending, so that's a positive as, again, they try to build this momentum as they try to make a run to the playoffs. It's kind of like NCAA tournament time. Survive in advance. That's what they need to do. Let's hope Junior gets his offensive game back tonight. Casey Powell continues to be the great blend into the offense like he has been, and the young guys keep performing.
Check on the status of injuries throughout the game. John Gallant, of course, placed on injured reserve about a week and a half ago. Jarrett Park and Jaden Gastaldo missed the end of that Roughnecks affair. For the Philadelphia Wings, a team that beat Colorado 14-12 at Wells Fargo Center a month ago. Drew Westerveld, he's always tough in tight on the goal. And then Kevin Crowley, he was the runner-up in Rookie of the Year voting last year.
Yeah, you know Colorado has tremendous respect for this Philadelphia team. They had an exciting game earlier in the year, and it's just a game that always brings a little extra attention to Pepsi Center, and on offense you have to respect.
The Mammoth and the Wings, both teams need a win to keep their playoff hopes alive here in the 2013 season.
Oh, yeah. Hope you guys are ready tonight. Yeah. Yeah, give it up, Pepsi Center! It's Western Night at Pepsi Center. That means we do our version of the hokey pokey. You put your right foot in and you kick him in the butt. Get out of here. Welcome to the loudest house in La Crosse. Mount Loud and the upper level. Are you ready? Second level. Are you ready? Lower level. Are you ready? Now let's meet your Colorado Mammoth, led by the greatest mascot in the world, Wooly. Number 31, goalie Ty Bellinger. Number 35, goalie Dan Lewis. Number 2, forward Casey Powell. Number 12, playing defense, Jared Park. Number 13, in transition, Matt McLeod. Number 14, forward Jordan McBride. Number 16, forward Adam Jones. Number 17, forward Sean Pollock. Number 19, in transition, Cameron Holding. Number 20, in transition, Ryan Hotelli. Number 24, forward, John Grant Jr. Number 37, playing defense, Dan Coates. Number 42, playing defense, Rory Smith. Number 44, forward, Jamie Lincoln. Number 56, playing defense, John Orsted. Number 62, playing defense, Creighton Reed. Number 66, in transition, Richard Morgan. Number 82, in transition, Joey Cupido. Number 88, playing defense, Ian Hawksby. Number 96, forward Joel Delgarno. Head coach Bob Hanley, general manager Steve Govan. Ladies and gentlemen, in the loudest house in La Crosse, here is your 2013 Colorado Mammoth. And now let's meet the Philadelphia Wings. Number 31, Angus Tinley. Number 36, Brandon Miller. Number 2, Brandon Murdoch. Number 4, CJ Cosmo. Number 5, Michael Manley. Number 8, Steve Holmes. Number 9, Rob Rebel. Number 10, Kevin Crowley. Number 11, defense, Joe White. Number 13, Brett Manning. Number 17, Rody Merrill. Can't hear you, Pep Center. Number 19, Michael Malaya. Number 21, Jeff Reynolds. Number 22, Ned Cotty. Number 25, Patrick Ham. Number 26, Drew Westman. Number 27, Kevin Bunchkin. Number 44, Jordan Hall. Number 55, Chad Riz. Number 71, Chad Ross. Number 81, Kyle Hansel. Ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia Wings. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and kindly remove your hats as we honor our great nation with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, performed this evening by Matthew Buckstein.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yeah! That guy can kill it. Yeah, son.
To go in Minnesota without their starting keeper, Brandon Miller. He's back this evening. He served a one-game suspension. Fair to say their backup, Angus Donnelly, got lit up. 15 goals in the second half, 20 overall. Bob Hamley knows that this time around it'll be Miller between the pipes. On the other bench for the Wings, the lead man is Johnny Meridian. Head coach and general manager. His GM experience actually dates back to 1992. He's the only GM to win 5 NLL titles. Rory Smith, healthy and in the lineup. Of course, the last time the Mammoth was here at Pepsi Center, his night lasted less than 10 minutes. A fight that he received an instigator, a game misconduct. So he's back out there this evening. And in fact, the crew chief, Todd LeBranch, tonight is the one who was the crew chief in that game. Ty Belanger gets the start between the pipes for Colorado. He's earned that spot and looks to have solidified his place as the starter for the remainder of the season. 5 games, a 10-3-2 goals against average, and .762 save percentage. His opponent is Brandon Miller, the aforementioned Miller. A fight on March 9th against Washington kept him out. He has an 11.71 goals against average and .774 save percentage. Andy, in the National Lacrosse League, the team that plays 2 straight nights tends to thrive night number 2. We'll see if it's true here this evening for Philadelphia. Of course, coming off a 9-goal defeat a night ago. Time now for tonight's opening face-off. Jeff Reynolds for Philadelphia, Ryan Hotaling for Colorado. It's brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit thinkfordnow.com.
Yeah, you would normally think the visiting team would come in with some rust if they played in a different city the night before. We've seen in this league that just leads to them being a little more crisp the next night.
The all-time series history, the Wings leading 8-4 and defeating the Mammoth 14-12 at Wells Fargo Center on a Sunday in late February. First touch, Paul Rabel. Far side, Brendan Mundorf, stutter step. His first day back in the lineup, or to see the season actually, was last night. So this game number 2 on the 2013 season. He a former resident here of Denver.
Some fog kind of still hanging in the air from the pyrotechnics during the introductions there, Josh. We don't see that too often. It's usually cleared up by this point. It's hanging around tonight.
Pretty explosive in the arena, as it always is in the Loud House. 8 seconds to shoot. Powell feeds Jones. Spin move on the crease. Shot. Scores. Adam Jones saw a streak of 2+ goals in 7 straight games come to an end a week ago in Calgary. He's on the board 64 seconds in tonight.
Well, and you can't leave Adam Jones with that much space one-on-one with a defender. He just had one spin move and was to the rack. That's all he needed. Nice play by Jones. Colorado gets that important first goal, but they've got to keep it going now. Colorado cannot afford to have that trend played out that we talk about, where the visiting team back-to-back road games is better on the second night.
Jones 24th on the season, assists to Casey Powell and John Grant Jr. Powell in his third game in a Mammoth uniform. Colorado 1-1 with him in the burgundy. McBride's shot knocked down by Kyle Hartzell. Grant goes for the rip-away check and ahead to Reynolds. Running the floor, Brody Merrill. He will stay on and is an offensive threat. Now Westerfeld bomb from outside, tipped down by the defense. Ball on the turf, picked up by the white jerseys of the visiting Wings. Ian Hawksby back with the Mammoth, signed on Wednesday, as is John Orson. 5 to shoot. The Mammoth needed defensive help. Crowley cuts the crease, got around his man, went behind the back on McLeod, and it's a 30-second shot clock violation.
Hawksby already mixing it up with Westerveld. If you were to find a way to draw Westerveld into a fight, the Mammoth would take that exchange.
Delgarno shoved from behind, close to the line, saved by Miller. We saw something like that a night ago for Philadelphia.
Yeah, it made Sports Center as a nice reaction and a nice save by one of the defenders, just quick to move over and make the save.
And Brett Manny covered it up. Kyle Sweeney, Steve Holmes, and John McFadden, a former member of the Mammoth. He played with the first name Ryan when he was here. All three are defensemen. Quick catch, Crowley, bounce shot outside. Off the pipe, Holding looking for it and has it. He's clobbered by Jordan Hall and he draws a penalty while holding on to the ball. Colorado will pull the goalie and go 6-on-5.
We'll watch Holding as he gets to the bench area just to make sure he's okay. Looked like he slammed that knee into the boards. Looks like he's okay though.
Powell dances in. Jones shot. Miller closes the wickets. And a hold called on Jordan Hall. Ten penalty minutes on the season for the former #1 overall pick from the 2007 entry draft he acquired in the offseason in the trade with Rochester. Mammoth on the power play. In career points.
You know it must be special to get it done at home, and it didn't take long. His first shot of the game and the first pass on the power play, he just fired that one right by Miller. And now the Mammoth have a 2-goal lead. Again, for Colorado though, as fun as this start is, it's all going to be about consistency as we get a look at Junior's goal that makes history here.
He's been involved in both tallies so far, 1 an assist, 1 a goal. And for Grant, 36 goals on the season, now 12 seasons of 36 or more. The only season he didn't, he only played 5 games with an injury. He had 16 goals that season. Powell around a pick from McLeod. Shoots from outside, and Miller takes that one in the midsection.
Well, let's see if they can keep the offense rolling this time. As I was saying, it's about consistency for the Mammoth. They played a lot of really good quarters. Sometimes they played really good halves. I think key to it is that the bugaboo this year has been letting up at the wrong times and letting teams back into the game.
Westerveld plays to the left hand to the far side. Ball tipped by the defense down on the turf. Westerveld has it with 2 to shoot. He and Rory Smith tied up in a shot clock violation. Quick restart with Creighton Reed running away from trouble. One thing you'll notice from Philadelphia, and they've had this for years, is the size of their players. Big bodies out there. They traded a couple of them this offseason, including Dan Dawson, but always large. Grant feeding in tight. Sean Pollock draws a penalty. Colorado will go on the man up once again.
Good ball movement leading to good things for Colorado. And to go back to your point about the size, Westerveld is a big lacrosse player, period. Of course, Colorado doesn't have a lot of small guys on their roster anymore either. Anytime you add any of the Morgan brothers, you're going to have a little bit bigger roster when it's all said and done. One for one on the power play. Powell with assists on both goals tonight. Pollock clutches, shoots,
St. Miller. What a goal from Jordan McBride. We said there was a Sports Center top 10 last night defensively. That one should be on there offensively for the Star.
Both involve quick reactions by the goal. Now, last night, one of the defenders made a quick reaction to make a save. That time, McBride made a quick reaction to flick it into the net.
18th on the season for McBride. It's a power play goal and procedure called against the Wings on the ensuing faceoff. So Hotaling officially is 4 for 4. Grant sent that one wide. Jones tracks back for it. Dumps behind the back as holding comes off. The scratches tonight for Colorado. The captain, Gavin Proud, Colton Clark, and Ilya Geitch sit as well. Whistles. And a penalty on John Grant Jr. on the offensive end. A hold on Jr. It's the only thing that's gone wrong for the Mammoth in the first 5:13. And it brings us to the first break of the game. Colorado, 3 goals on Western night, including this gem, one-handed flick from Jordan McBride. 3-0 Mammoth. Five minutes gone by at Pepsi Center, 3-0 in favor of the Mammoth. Amp it up, Colorado, as your Mammoth takes on the Minnesota Swarm on Saturday, April 13th at 7 p.m. on Health One Field at Pepsi Center. This game night will be filled not only with action-packed lacrosse, be sure and stick around for special post-game festivities. Visit tickethorse.com or call 303-53-HORSE for tickets to Fan Appreciation Night. So John Grant Jr. sits for 2 minutes, now 15 penalty minutes on the year for the reigning MVP.
So I've got to ask you, since you're the guru of all the Roosters yet.
Delgarno with a shot late in the shot clock, so the Mammoth have killed off half of Grant's penalty. Jordan Hall is the point man up top. He was looking toward the crease. Now some action. Little screen, Crowley shoots. Belanger read it, and Dan Coates covers up on the goal line.
Yeah, good thing Coates was looking because the ball had snuck past Belanger. He thought it was in the corner near him, and it almost bounced in opposite side of the crease.
Nice catch on the bench from Mammoth assistant coach Sean Ferris. The Wings make Colorado pay for the turnover. Kevin Crowley finding the back of the net, his 23rd on the season. The Wings first, it's a power play goal.
So the junior penalty comes back and bites the Mammoth a little bit. Let's see if they can hold off any kind of run by the Philadelphia Wings as you get a look at the replay. Again, just too many Philly attackers inside the Mammoth zone.
Loose ball controlled by Philadelphia. White will go off. Here's Rabel. Dumps back to the late man in Mundorf. Looking for a cutter is Buchanan. Rabel, that one behind the goal. Picked up Philadelphia late in the shot clock and covered up by Colorado. Interesting article about Paul Rabel coming out this week. The sport of lacrosse's first $1 million man. Set to make a couple $1 million in endorsement deals in the next few years. And he's the pitch man for seemingly everything.
Well, and for good reason.
Jones, stops, shoots. Somehow got a shot off, despite having no balance underneath, and Casey Powell can't handle the loose ball.
Junior playing a physical brand of lacrosse out there.
Jones for checking all the way, but across the timeline with Mike Manley.
To get back to Rabel, as you well know, we had another try by Philadelphia is what we had right there. Casey Powell in on the radio show this week. Asked him about Paul Rabel. He said he thinks he's great for the game and all that he does for the game. Very popular, really a good face to have for the sport of lacrosse right now, and I think he certainly is that.
The Johns Hopkins product not as successful in box as he is out in the field. Grant's shot stings Joel White. See him take that feeling. And ahead is Brody Merrill. The aforementioned Rabel loses it out of his stick. Now Buchanan right into the chest of Belanger. Nearly 9 gone by at Pepsi Center. Leaping is Park. You know, I asked Jared Park and Casey Powell if they gave John Orson a little ribbing. Of course, the two are Syracuse alums, and John Orson, an assistant coach right now with the Marquette University lacrosse team. They said, yeah, they had a little fun in the locker room before the game. McLeod, room to shoot, goes low, and Miller tracks it from stick to stick. White leaves for Westerville. Colorado scored the first 3. Then a power play goal from Crowley is the last tally for either team. Mundorf, happy stick, and Belanger into the knee pads.
Some big stops already. Put one on the board. Let him feel you, Pepsi. Let him feel you. Come on.
Grant looks for history. Jones down to his back. Grant with 10 on the shot clock. One-on-one with Merrill, of course, Team Canada teammates, and Grant a little around the world flick. Powell with 2 to shoot, gets it off, and that one hits off the foot of defender Mike Manley. Painful defense being played by the Philadelphia Wings. 2 Wings players have taken shots, first Joel White, then Mike Manley. Colorado with an early lead from the Loud House. Colorado by 2. Hey, Nuggets fans, be sure and tune into Altitude this Wednesday as the red-hot Denver Nuggets take on the Utah Jazz. Join Todd Romero at 6:30 p.m. for the pregame show to get all your latest news and updates on your Denver Nuggets and around the league right here on your home for Denver Nuggets basketball. Yeah. Ian Hawksby back with Colorado. He acquired in the trade as Rory Smith just got crushed in the helmet by Drew Westerveld, looking for a call, and none called by Todd LeBranch, the crew chief. Gets his bucket back on, and you know Rory Smith takes exception.
Yeah, he's not happy. He and Westerveld have had something going on. It started with Hawksby early in the game, and then Smith kind of took up the cause. He's still trying to get that helmet adjust right.
And he still has words for LeBranch. He clearly took one up in the helmet.
Well, they're under Westerveld's skin right now. There's a couple of players under his skin. He almost took a whack at Lincoln coming off the floor earlier as they're both going to their separate benches.
Powell flips in behind the back. Fans, tonight's Colorado Mammoth telecast is being brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit thinkfordnow.com. Coates in seemingly a wrestling match in front of the crease. He was tangled up with Buchanan. That probably should have been holding both ways. Crowley spinning off his man, tried to go short side, scooped up and scores Mike McClellan. He's the garbage man on the crease, a great finisher in and around the pipes. Gathers up the rebound and goes 5-hole on Belanger, 3-2.
Well, now is a great finish, as you'll see here after the first shot by Crowley. Just a nice snag by McClellan, and it was immediately attacked by Richard Morgan, and he still found a way to get enough time to get that shot off, shoot it right through the 5-hole. McClellan got a little bit of the headshot that Rory Smith had taken the previous possession. So it's getting rough out there, as it always seems to do against these two teams.
McClellan not scoring much at this point in his career. He's a former 34-goal scorer. Just his second time he's found twine this season in 7 games. Mundorf around a pick. Belanger can't cover up. Mundorf gets it right back and scores. 2 straight rebound goals for the Wings, and all the work Colorado did early is erased.
And this is what we were talking about earlier in the quarter. They've had some nice starts here at home. The problem is the other team always seems to make a run, and it's happened again. Now Colorado needs to get a face-off win here. You take a look at Mundorf taking the shot right off the chest, but he's quick to get in there and pick up the rebound. Now, Ty Belanger's had a nice start to his career. However, one of the things that he was doing that the other goalies weren't was not giving up the long rebounds. That I wouldn't necessarily call it a really long rebound, but if he does have one pop off his chest, I know Coach Hamlin and the staff's probably hoping he locates it quickly, gets that big stick on top of it.
Behind the play in front of the Wings bench, Brett Manny and Ian Hawksby with a couple of hacks. Now, Crowley tries to bull dodge in on Orson, nothing doing. Rabel one-on-one with Smith. Switch comes, Rabel's pass picked off. Ian Hawksby thought about going to the house, slowed down, and leaves for Orson. A former second-team All-Pro defender is John Orson.
Rabel, a big player there, another one of those big players for Philly that you talk about. He's hard to separate from, but nice snag out of the air that time by Hawksby.
Pollock was looking pick and roll. Not enough clearance from McBride to complete it. McBride, quick catch, thought about the shot, couldn't get it off. It's a 30-second shot clock violation. 2 to go, first quarter. Josh Gross and Andy Lindahl with you here from downtown Denver.
That run has juiced Philly a little bit. We're seeing fresher legs, quicker movement out of the Philly offense than we saw first half of the quarter.
Winding up was Ross, flipped behind the back, but right to the Mammoth netminder. We'll check in with the third member of our broadcast crew now. He is Connor McGahey.
Yeah, guys, just talked to assistant coach Sean Ferris. He said that it's been soft play from Mammoth defense past couple goals. They've been rebound goals. They need to clean stuff up in front of the net, but he's not worried. He said, you know, the fast starts have been happening here at Pepsi Center, but they're going to be just fine. So clean up the D a little bit, and the Mammoth should be on their way to a win here at the Loud House Lacrosse. Back upstairs.
Shot from Crowley, that one behind the cage. Belanger looks for it. It's covered up by the netminder. Philly's a team of streaks. 1-2 to start the season, then lost 3, then won 3, and has now lost 3. So trying to break the streak. The Mammoth has won 2 of its last 3, but coming off an overtime loss to Calgary from the Scotiabank Saddledome a week ago. Powell would tend to shoot. Delgarno.
Just a natural reaction.
It was.
You know what? I've seen guys do that before.
Belanger off Hartzell running in transition, and Capito with the loose ball.
At least Delgarno knew well enough not to put the hand all the way up and just snag it out of the air.
The Wings have more than a dozen Americans on their roster. Colorado was as few as 1 earlier this season, then acquiring Casey Powell and not Jalen Orson. 7-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Grant around a pick, shoots. Miller saw it at the last moment. Look out, Todd LaBranch, as Grant nearly shoved Merrill right into the crew chief.
It's got to be frustrating for Junior. Nice check.
Check from Jones. Coates. That's the way the first quarter will end. Had Philly gone empty net, would have been an opportunity for Dan Coates. Colorado scores the first 3 of the quarter. Philadelphia scores the last 3 of the quarter. Adam Jones got it going a minute 4 in. John Grant Jr. on the power play for Colorado. And how about this gem from Jordan McBride? How did he do that tight goal? Kevin Crowley, the runner-up in Rookie of the Year, 3-3 after 1.
Wild Boys select.
Start
with the Mammoth Ben sideline report. Connor is standing by with Mr. Casey Powell.
Thanks, Willie. Appreciate it. Casey, you guys got off to a hot start, and then Philadelphia came right back. Your assessment of the first quarter?
Well, we're feeding off the energy in this building. We started off hot. We got to even things out a little bit here. We're ready to rock here in the second quarter.
So what's the key for quarter number 2?
Well, we just got to limit mistakes and get the ball around more offensively. We'll be all right.
All right, Casey, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, back upstairs.
Thanks, Connor. Casey Powell with assists on all 3 Mammoth goals. Hotaling, great checking on Hartzell, and Capito with the loose ball.
Capito, Hawksby, Park, you got plenty of hustle on the lineup now, don't you, right now?
Former 150 loose ball men. Brody Merrill's a vacuum. Those guys are not far behind. Jones faked a shot, then took one around Costabile, and Miller made the save. Ahead to Ned Crotty, a former second-round pick. He was the first American chosen by the Mammoth a few seasons ago. Rochester doubling up Toronto in the fourth quarter. The defending champs taking it to the top overall seed right now in the playoffs if the season were to end today. Rabel in on Belanger and fires that one wide.
Again, Rabel with a nice combination of size and speed. Good switching by the Mammoth defensively. Rabel found a little bit of space towards the end, but otherwise a pretty good defensive possession for Colorado.
Powell bull dodge one-on-one. Doesn't find space, takes a shot. That one hits off a defender. That's now 3 deflections by Wings defenders. That one probably the least stinging of the 3. No disrespect to the former MVP. Ross, who led all scorers for Philadelphia last night with 7 points, a goal and 6 assists, loses it on the turf. And Capito scoops away. The Wings probably happy to end the first quarter tied 3-3. They've been outscored 36-15 in first quarters this season. That's -2 goals per first quarter. That's almost tough to do.
Well, and you're talking about a bad quarter for the Wings, and a quarter that's been tough for Colorado at times has been this second quarter. So they can't fall into that trap right now on their end.
5 to shoot. Grant with Manny on it. Manley pushes him. Grant scores! John Grant Jr. pushes Mike Manley out of the way and shoves Gary Gate aside as well. John Grant Jr. alone in 3rd place all time in career points.
And just a classic John Grant Jr. goal, wasn't it? He just used his strength to body off the defender here, and then it looked like right at the end he noticed the goalie going down and changed it high. What a shot by Jr.
Gary Gates, 22, hangs from the rafters and maybe should be a number that's retired across all of lacrosse. John Grant Jr. is 24, even though this is only his 3rd season. You'd have to think that 2-4 is going to hang from the rafters one day as well. Assists to Jones and McLeod.
Where, in your opinion, should it hang from?
One moment, I'll tell you. Coates sends it wide. Jones couldn't handle the loose ball. The Wings will have numbers. Manley has it checked away. Great checking from Reed and Jones. Well, there's a 6, there's a 22. I think they can make some room high above the turf. Hall spinning, crushed down to the turf by Rich Morgan. Flicks it to Cam Holding. Here's the wheels of Cam. Ahead to Capito. Penalty coming on the Wings. Wipe it off. 5-3 Mammoth.
What a beautiful shot by Capito. Great job getting down the floor. You really saw the speed there. You've mentioned it in previous broadcasts. Capito hoping to maybe get some time in the Canadian Football League, showing some skills there. We've seen his ability a little bit on the defensive side of the floor to hold a man off, get physical with the guy like you would in one-on-one coverage, and then right there just running away from the defense and a beautiful shot right in the 5-hole. Put the goal home, but I love the speed shown here. Again, that was Paul Rabel trying to run him down.
And how about Cam Holding? He's really turned it on after a 5-point performance against Buffalo 3 weeks ago. 9 assists, 11 points this season. Colorado by 2. For Capito, his 4th goal and 8th point. Answering right back, Crowley with his 2nd on the night.
Crowley getting pretty good defense out of Rory Smith. I don't know if Rory got a check in there the way that he wanted to, but as far as a body position standpoint, he stayed in front of Crowley the whole time. Maybe a shot there that Belanger would want back. See Smith keeping the body position, not letting him get past him. Just a wrong reaction out of Belanger on the shot.
Face-off win, CJ Costabile. Great stories about him. He went to Duke. 5 seconds into the national championship game, he won the face-off himself with a long stick, took it the length of the field as an illegal screen called against Philly, and scored the game winner. Duke's lone national championship in lacrosse. I spoke with his parents some years ago when he was still in high school. He won so many face-offs in high school with a long stick that people questioned his stats. His dad went back and watched every single game, every face-off, and I think the numbers actually favored Costabile more than the stats people had even kept. He's incredible. He's playing obviously with a short stick here in the NLL as the ball nearly turned over by Miller, but somehow the catch from Crowley. Rory Smith driven to the turf, and finally they get the penalty. Westerveld gets caught.
Well, Westerveld threw a punch in the back of Smith's head after he was down, gave him a little extra.
I don't
draw
remember.
it back, but basically punched him with the glove, little rabbit punch in the back of the head.
It's called illegal cross-check. I don't remember bad blood between Westerveld and Smith from the last game in February, but clearly there's something that these two guys don't like, as Westerveld booked here for his now career-high 19th penalty minute. The Mammoth back on the power play.
The only thing I noticed did start early in the game. I mean, Westerveld's chippiness started with Hawksby as they went back and forth, kind of checking each other. And then we get a shot out of McBride in the goal.
Jordan McBride second. The Mammoth has 3 shots on the power play and 3 goals.
McBride giving the Mammoth exactly what they need on that man-up unit. And that shot like this, a shot like this, finding the corner. Nice job by that shot just sneaking by. It looked like from our angle that the save was going to be made by Miller, and it just had enough space to sneak outside that arm and find the net.
Park with a body draped all over him. Ball still loose. Jared Park got a little noose around him. Hotaling looking for the loose ball. He takes a whack from Joel White and controlled by Rabel. I remember entering the season, I said 30 goals was possible from Jordan McBride, and you didn't want to say 30, but you knew he'd have a good season. And since he stepped into that expanded role and playing on the power play, boy, has he lit it up. The Mammoth with a penalty right back. John Orson serves for illegal cross-checking. The Wings will be on the man up on the other side of this break. Stay with us. The lovely ladies in the hot tub enjoying Colorado's 2-goal lead. We're back at Pepsi Center, 6-4 leading the Mammoth over the Wings. Midpoint, second quarter. It's Fan Appreciation Night, the next home game. That's Saturday, April 13th, Colorado against the Minnesota Swarm at 7 p.m. on Health One Field at Pepsi Center. Get your party pack tickets. 4 tickets, 4 beers or Pepsis, and 4 hot dogs for only $49. Visit TicketHorse.com or call 303-53-HORSE for tickets today. So Andy, Westerveld's out of the box. He and Rory Smith were just face mask to face mask, having yet another conversation.
Well, as we get the power play for Philadelphia working,
Mundorf shoots. Belanger right there.
Westervelt came out of the box, went over there to start complaining to the official about that last call, and then Rory Smith went over to say something to Westervelt. He got involved, and then those two kept it going after the official vacated to the corner.
Westervelt 6'5", 240. Feed, McLeod shot, reset it. I thought it caught Merrill. They say it caught Miller. So a fresh shot clock.
Nice snag on the rebound, though, by McLeod, keeping the possession.
Grant has Hartzell all over it. Chad Wiedmeyer, a rookie out of Princeton University, wears number 55, and he dons Joel Delgarno. Feed in tight to McLeod. Still 4 to shoot. He can take one, Ken McLeod. 3-2 off Miller, and he was really just looking for a reset on that shot.
The whole offensive unit had subbed out, so he was down there by himself. Everybody back ready to play defense.
Philadelphia on the power play. We check in on the Mammoth bench with Connor.
Yeah, guys, that last play you saw there, Matt McLeod was actually the centerpiece of a drawn-up play. They talked about the timeout. Grant was actually going to set up the screen with Jonesy, and it almost worked out. Matt McLeod got a good shot on net. It was just off target, but the play almost worked out as it was intended to be. And so interesting to see Matt McLeod the centerpiece of a set play.
Caught one off the crossbar as Jones catches one in the midsection. Ned Crotty on a defensive position. You know, he was the Tuaraton Trophy winner. He and Danowski actually won it for Duke. They both were drafted by Colorado, and neither had really successful offensive careers. Powell, fresh out of the box, is Orson, who will reset the offense. The Mammoth moved Crotty back to a transition role late in the season, saying, well, he's not going to play offense for us, and he was much more effective. Pollock off the bench from Powell. That one out of the reaches of McBride, but to Jones.
Love the ball movement, though. Love how they're looking for each other. Yeah, again, we always talk about rookies every year, beginning of the year. Nice save by Miller. Nice little behind-the-back hop shot from Junior. We talk about, can the rookies translate their game to the indoor? We just unfortunately have 2 examples that they didn't, and it didn't work out here for Crotty, but he's making the most of it in Philly.
Fans, follow the Mammoth on social media. The Facebook name is Colorado Mammoth, so facebook.com/Colorado Mammoth. The Twitter handle @MammothLax, and the Mammoth on Instagram as well. Westervelt and Lincoln are both going to serve time, and Westervelt just caught Lincoln with a little slap to the face mask. How long are they going to let Drew Westervelt play like that?
See, and now Westervelt's talking to Hawksby. This originally started with Hawksby, and then something happened with Westervelt and Lincoln as Westervelt was going off, Lincoln was coming on. So they've already had a little bit of a run in. At that point, I thought Westervelt was going to whack the back of his legs. He let it go. And now it looks like Westervelt's even being told a little something by Brody Merrill. I can only imagine what. I'm going to guess that it was maybe calm down, but they need Westervelt in this game. He's one of the key components for that Philadelphia offense and power play. So
I think they got 4 minutes on each guy. 2 2-minute minors for roughing. It's still offsetting, but I saw double moves from LeBranch. Jamie Lincoln did not retaliate at that point.
His must have come early because there was nothing late. And I don't know. I think right now they're trying to keep things under control, but it's really just one guy that is having the anger issues. It hasn't really been chippy among many other players. But Westervelt has something going with 3 different guys on the Mammoth right now.
Well, the correction on what I said, it's actually 2 2-minute minors, 1 on Rich Morgan, 1 on Jamie Lincoln, and 4 minutes, 2 2-minute minors for Drew Westervelt.
So now Morgan gets into the mix. That's now Morgan, Hawksby, Lincoln, and Rory Smith that Westervelt has now mixed it up with.
Rabel's shot is pushed aside. Belanger. Ahead is Capito. Rabel gets back. Capito has Grant with him. I wonder if Westervelt slept on the wrong side of the bed. You've had him on your show.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy and another one of the fun lacrosse players. Well, I mean,
but not happy tonight.
I was about to say, he's not showing he's real nice tonight.
Powell inside, he scores! Miller made the initial save. Casey Powell's second goal in a Mammoth uniform. He's involved in 5 of Colorado's 7 goals in the first 24 minutes.
I can't say for sure. Maybe the replay will confirm it. It looked like Casey Powell baited his defender right there, hanging the stick, and as soon as he felt him go for the check, ducked it under and went to the net right there. And then you see the shot, and you're right, it looks like it was going to be a save, but hops in, and now we've got a replay challenge. I guess they're going to claim that they think Powell was in the crease before the ball crossed the goal line.
He was.
So you think it's going to be called off? Josh was hoping the flag wouldn't come out. I was watching for when the ball crossed.
Because Miller made the initial save. If Powell had taken the shot, it didn't hit the goaltender. I think it's a goal this way. Now remember, called a goal on the field, so we'll have to take a look. But I do believe that this one will get wiped off.
It's exciting, I think, for Mammoth fans to have Casey Powell here in town. You know, with all the chippiness, it was fun talking to Casey the other night as we get one more look, and you're going to see the shot. Now watch, his foot is definitely in there. Well,
but when does the ball go in?
I don't know. See,
that angle doesn't show. It only shows once it hits the net, which is not when it crosses the plane.
Let's look here. So the foot's in, and I can't tell where the ball is. I'm going to say right now, if I had to guess, I think it probably stands only because you don't have conclusive evidence to overturn it. Do you? Had this thing called not a goal in the Mammoth that challenged, then I think maybe, because if it's in his jersey, see, we saw it kind of hop out of the jersey at the end there, didn't we? So maybe it is overturned. I don't know. This is going to be a tough call.
Another look.
But see, it hops off there. It's so tough to tell
where the line. You don't have an overhead.
It comes out of the knee pad. So watch here. It's coming out of the knee pad. I don't think that's a goal. As much as I hope it is, for the Mammoth's sake, you see the foot down. It's caught up in the knee pad. That knee pad does not look like it's near the goal line. So my guess is it gets waved off because of that last angle. Maybe this will tell us closer evidence to where the knee pad is, because it's coming out of the left knee pad there. His foot's in the crease there, and I'm not sure. I don't know. Boy, it's just really tough. I don't think it's a goal. I think you had it right on your first blush. Anyway, talking to Casey Powell this week, we're about to get a call. I think that's just a case of not enough evidence to overturn. Had that been called not a goal and Bob Hamley had challenged, I think it would have been upheld as not a goal either. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just was not an angle to overturn the calling on the field. Since we've had so much chippiness here, I thought it was funny because I've had a number of people mention it to me since the show the other night. Casey was talking about some of the fighting that goes on and how he wasn't used to it, you know, playing the field game and now moving to the indoor game. And he said he's had on a number of occasions guys come up and just politely say, hey, you want to go? Do you mind if we go? And he said usually his first response is, no, I don't feel like punching you or going with you at all right now.
Turnover. Here's holding. Capito in front, behind the back. Miller makes the save. It's up into the net. It's Colorado ball. An around-the-world try from Capito, who already has 1 goal in transition this evening.
And how about the strength he showed? Got a pretty good check with his stick down. It looked like he was vulnerable. He found a way to keep the ball in his stick to get the around-the-world chance off. Maybe the check wasn't as clean as it appeared up here.
Grant back to the goal. Miller, shoulder save.
And that rebound was about a half a foot too high for Pollock to take advantage of.
Rabel steps in the crease. The turnover. He talked about Casey Powell's experience. Trevor Tierney, who used to be on the broadcast here as well. He played 1 game in the NLL. But he said that he had a guy run past him and said, want to go buckets, eh? And he said, I don't know what that means. But it meant throw him off. Trevor was a goalie his entire career in field. McBride shoots and scores. A hat trick for Jordan McBride. The assist to John Grant Jr. Colorado by 4.
Teams are going to learn in their scouting report you cannot allow Jordan McBride to get free. The problem is with what Steve Govett has done here in the late season, you've got a lot of shooters to worry about, including Powell, Jones, and now and John Grant Jr. Now you've got McBride coming on. Nice sustained run for Colorado. We talked about it not letting be a bad second quarter. Consider that successful. A big hit that time. Wood getting laid to Orson.
Delgarno denied by Miller. Colorado out shooting Philadelphia 13-4 here in the second.
Orson hit the ground hard and looked like he wanted to go get retaliation right away as soon as he popped up.
Stoppage at the next whistle. Near side Buchanan, stick on the turf, it belongs to Orson. Ross feeding, Crowley's shot is wide, picked up by Buchanan, a save by Belanger. Loose ball is held by Ross. Stutter step and he pulls it back. Orson gets his stick back, Coates thought he had it, now Rabel behind the goal. He's free, shoots, save Belanger. One too many fakes from Rabel.
And I think that speaks well to the kind of space Belanger gave him to shoot at. He didn't see anything he liked, forced one more fake, and then was able to make the save at the end. But again, you see the power, strength, and balance that makes Rabel so good.
McLeod was cutting, but Grant didn't find him, instead to Powell. Jones around a pick. This Colorado team is certainly upset about that Calgary result. Jordan McBride, the back of the net for the fourth time tonight.
What a ridiculous shot. He just had Miller fooled. Miller was going from one pipe to the other. And he just found a way to sneak in the corner again.
9-4 Mammoth. So here's the question I have for you. Coaches change up goaltenders to change momentum. A guy's not playing well, not seeing the ball well, whatever it is. Dinley got lit up for 20 last night. Is there any chance Brandon Miller doesn't see the full 60 this evening? Here's a turnover. We'll get to that question in a moment. Hotaling feeds Capito. Fake, crease, shot, save Miller. Lincoln is denied as well.
Lincoln just had the ball out of nowhere like he fished it out of a pond. Hey, look what I got. Took a quick behind the back shot. I'm not even sure where he snagged it from. And in all that, nice flurry by Brandon Miller. So to answer your question, no, I think it's his game right now.
Delgarno missed it off the boards, but gets the loose ball to himself. Here's McLeod, shoots. Stepping out Miller and keeping it in front of him. That's one of those rebounds that he denies. Otherwise, it's an empty net for Pollock.
And a good job of sticking that left arm out and making sure he got something. I don't know if it's the jersey or his arm, but he got something. Probably the jersey because there was no rebound on the ball. Not allowing this nice run by the Mammoth to continue.
Shot wide out of the stick of Kevin Crowley. Crowley dumps in the corner with 2 seconds on the shot clock, where Ian Hawksby picks it up. Under 2 to play in the first half. It's been all Mammoth in this quarter, outscoring the Wings 6-1.
We talked about the energy the Wings had, and here goes Casey Powell.
Dive shot through. He gets through so quickly with that dart to the crease at the last minute.
It's hard to believe he's 37.
Powell this time from the outside, and again it's tipped down. I think that part of his stick actually hit a defender, which is what slowed it on its way to the goal. Wiedmeyer, and another turnover from Philadelphia, this time from Jordan Hall.
We talked about the energy Philadelphia had gotten from that little run that they had. Well, now it looks the exact opposite. Guys look tired. They're not moving as quickly. That's some of what the Mammoth is taking advantage of in their spacing. Just not the same resistance you can even see defensively.
A minute to go. Jones from Grant saved Miller.
What a pretty play. That's too bad that didn't get cashed in. That was worth a highlight.
They're just having fun out there. We're having fun up here. Hope you're enjoying it as well on altitude. Why was there a horn that blew?
He doesn't, our official doesn't even know. LaBranch looked at the box and kind of gave the arms to the sky. What are you doing?
There's 49 ticks left here in the second quarter. The Mammoth will substitute. Westervelt's out of the box.
Well, they're blaming it on us.
Well, there's a timeout under 5 minutes, but there hadn't been a stoppage on a non-score. So we'll take it. Why not? Cam Holding and the Mammoth by, oh, maybe we won't. Looks like we will. Jordan McBride 4 times he's owned Brandon Miller in the first half.
50-50 raffle jackpot. It's at a kiosk. Look for a seller. It stands at 57.
We're back at Pepsi Center with under 40 to go here in the second quarter. Sorry for the confusion there. I think everybody was. Morgan one-on-one with Hall. Crows hop, Ross shoots, and that one's behind the goal, not in. 24.1 seconds remaining, and Coach Hamley will use his timeout. The Mammoth looks for double digits in the first half, drawing up a 6-on-5 play. Fans, hold your company gathering, birthday party, or other special event with a group of 20 or more at an upcoming Mammoth game for special pricing. Call 303-405-1101 or visit coloradomammoth.com or tickethorse.com today for additional information. Fan Appreciation Night, of course, the last regular season home game, and you can see Ty Belanger down there, the young man. He's actually leading the defensive charge. Obviously, that's not important right now as Colorado has the ball and will likely shoot with under 5 seconds left. But nice to see from a guy who's only 22 years old and has only played 240 career minutes.
Well, and the reality is the Mammoth heaped their season on his shoulders. They said, "Look, young guy, we got to ride you to the playoffs if it's going to happen." They'd already gone through 2 goalies. 2 veteran goalies early in the year, then they get Dan Lewis.
We'll check in quickly on the Mammoth bench with Connor.
Hey guys, Joey Cupido has just gone to the dressing room. I think he took a slash to the wrist. It was wrapped before the game, but he's gone to the dressing room a little bit early at halftime. We'll check on him and see if he comes back in the second half upstairs.
15 seconds left. 6-on-5 Mammoth. Colorado in the midst of a 4-0 run. Out shooting the Wings, 19-6 in the period. The offense gets to work. Jones from Powell, he scores! Jones is second on the night. Colorado 10-4 with 2.7 to go.
What a bullet out of Jones. Nice play, finding him open. And the Mammoth put 10 on the board in the first half. There you see the shot. Resistance being offered. You had some players running towards Jones. You wonder if maybe that didn't affect Miller tracking the ball. Miller has given stuff up to the outside all night. We've seen McBride take advantage of it. Now Jones.
That buzzer means it's halftime. The best half Colorado has played all season. A standing ovation from the crowd here at the Loud House. John Grant Jr. passes Gary Gate for 3rd all-time in career points. Joey Capito scores in transition. And Jordan McBride scores not once, twice, scored 3 times but 4. Troy at a halftime is next.
little bit.
I wonder if the sheep realize they're a lot bigger than the dog. Wow, those guys are good. Look at that. Wow. I can't even get my dogs to come inside. Yeah, they can do that.
Okay, why don't y'all come on down and see the All-Star Rodeo Weekend in April.
You silly two-legged clown. Hope you know the real all-stars at this event are the ones with 4 legs. You think your all-star Cowboys can hold on for 8 seconds? We'll show them who's champion. We'll be kicking some butt. Some cowboy butt. Your slowpoke Cowboys can't even chase us on their own. You gotta ride one of us 4-leggers. Now when I said hold on for 8 seconds, I mean ride us. Cowboy looks like he's out taking his dog for a walk. Now this ain't no dog park. This is the big dance. So clown, you better be ready to dance. Cause if you don't cut the mustard, well, we'll just have to send you to the moon. And cowboy, you better bring your good stuff, or we're gonna send you right on home to your mama. Now come see the real champions in action. Rodeo All-Star Weekend in Denver, this April 4th through 6th. Be there.
Thanks for coming, cats. It's great to be here on the internet. I see we have a cursor in the audience. A cursor. What's the matter, pal? Didn't your mother teach you not to swear? But seriously, folks, I'm getting sick of this whole web thing. In fact, just yesterday I caught a computer virus. Oh. Hey, come back. What's the matter? You don't like my act? Well, it wouldn't be the first time I put a computer to sleep. Kapow. Hey, don't do that. I'm just getting warmed up.
Are you still looking for a deal on a Kia? Well, let me shed some light on Peak Kia. Whoa!
Get a 2013 Soul for only $99 a month. It comes with Bluetooth wireless and gets up to 30 mpg. So let Peak Kia on Wadsworth and Bellevue and Littleton turn you on to the best deal in town.
Come in and win a year of payments on Peak.
It's a great idea. Peak Kia.
There's a reason no one says easy like Monday morning. Sundays are the Warriors' day to unplug and recharge. What if this feeling could last all week? With CenturyLink as your trusted partner, it can. Our visionary cloud infrastructure and global broadband network free you to focus on what matters. With custom communication solutions and dedicated support, your business can shine all week long. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
Rodeo celebrates the first ever Rodeo All-Star Weekend presented by Murdoch's and Cinch Jeans. This is history in the making. See the best in rodeo compete world champion versus world champion. Rodeo All-Star Weekend, April 4 through 6 at the National Western Complex. Get your tickets to this inaugural event at RodeoAllStar.com. Rodeo All-Star, where the elite in rodeo compete.
Be there.
All right, who wants some tacos? Taco Bell blend dropping out $5 gift cards. Come to Taco Bell, get your sauce seat back. Sometimes you gotta live moss. The American Virtual Warehouse blend also dropping out $25 coupons. Shop online 24/7 at AFWOnline.com or stop in any other AFW 12 Colorado locations. All right, get your phones ready. It's time for the AT&T You Pick the Song text promotion. That's right, fans. You're gonna choose what song we're gonna hear. Here are your choices. Song number 1. song number 2. Song number 3.
As the southern wind sings again a night lullaby.
All right, guys, you got to vote. We'll tally up the results. Play the song towards the end of halftime. Thanks for playing tonight's AT&T. You pick the song, text promotion, AT&T, Rethink Possible. All right, stop by the original Berry Kebab location on main level, section 108, and experience the flavor explosion with mouth-watering options, fresh strawberries and bananas on the skewer, drizzled in white milk chocolate, or frozen cheesecake on a stick drizzled with milk chocolate. Are you serious? Bring me one of them. Hey, come by section 108 and get a Berry Kebab, proud partner of your Colorado Mammoth.
He was in a bind because he was way behind.
Coming downtown, we're one of the big games. Make a night over the Courtyard Denver downtown. Be sure to ask about the hometown sports package, which includes overnight accommodations, parking, 2 complimentary draft beers, or an appetizer at the Rialto Cafe. Rate starting at $119. Make reservations at courtyarddenver.com. Follow the Mammoth on Facebook and get the inside scoop on daily events, promotions, and players. Congratulations to tonight's Facebook fan of the game, Monica Pierce. If you want to be the Facebook fan of the game, just go to facebook.com/Colorado Mammoth. Sign up today. Forza, the official fitness club of the Colorado Mammoth and the Wild Bunch. They want to see the Mammoth fans are Forza Fit. Now get out of your seats. It's time to show your muscles with the Forza Flex Cam. Let's see you, girl.
And a halftime report, still cleaning up from the button bust that took place a few moments ago on the field. 10-4, Colorado leads Philadelphia. The third quarter is right around the corner here on Altitude Sports.
Ooh. Lisa. Yeah. Pepsi Center, I want you to give a big round of applause to somebody special. This is our very first Get in the Box fan. Tomorrow is her birthday. Every game since the inaugural time after an Avalanche game, Lisa has been right here every game, every year, every season. And tomorrow is her birthday. Give it up. Her first Get in the Box sign, Colorado's biggest fan, Lisa right here. And let's go for the second half at the loudest house in lacrosse. Give it up.
Willie B gets the crowd going. Get in the Box signs have been busy here in this Saturday evening of action. And now Colorado has to sustain what it did in the first half. They led 7-2 in Calgary, and then a questionable major penalty on Rory Smith. We'll get back to that in a moment as we check in with Connor McGahey following tonight's face-off, brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit thinkfordnow.com. Hartzell has it ripped away.
Hey guys, little injury update on Joey Cupido. He got the wrist retaped, and not only did he come back out on the field, he jumped over the bench, hurdled over the bench, put his 2 wrists right on the bench, hurdled over it to get back on the field, so he's going to be just fine. Back to you.
He looked just fine right there, Connor, as he freed himself from traffic and dumped it back.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with Capito. Nothing that tape, I guess, didn't fix. Is it duct tape?
Jones is stuffed by Miller.
It's a little early, but I'd like to point out that pretty good half by the Mammoth, and the Roosters were present for it. You may have yourself a new lucky shirt that you may need to wear the rest of the year.
You know,
just saying.
I wear it with pride, and not everyone can pull it off. I think it looks good on me.
You're right about that.
3 defenders converge on Crowley, but Rabel gets the offensive rebound. Around a pick from Crowley, shoots, and Belanger just sweeps the stick in time.
Another good defensive possession for Colorado. See if they can't keep the scoring going here in the third quarter.
Delgarno with a little slide and picks himself back up. A Wings defender hits the turf. He's back on his feet. Delgarno from the outside, and Miller kick save rolls back to Casey Powell.
Well, we had that mutton busting at the half. You wonder if maybe there wasn't something left behind that's causing a slick surface right now.
Grant swing move, shoots, and a bounce shot that Brandon Miller gets enough of.
Those sheep, you forget you got wild animals down there, and it was pretty cool watching the sheepdogs keep them in line. But
yeah, they didn't look wild. They looked pretty domesticated by their performance. I can't get my dog to do that. Belanger, a little butterfly to sweep aside. Capito throws on the brakes and crosses the logo, but not in time. An 8-second violation. White goes to the goal, high bouncer, and Orson has it. Joel White, the all-time leader in ground balls in Syracuse lacrosse history. Here's the wheels of Cam Holding. Hack from Rabel, save from Miller. Rochester defeating Toronto in a game that the Nighthawks certainly needed. Washington and Calgary, second and third place in the West in the second quarter. Westervelt right at Reed, and a hold called on Reed. It'll send Miller to the bench in a 6-on-5 for Philly.
Westervelt still angry. Going right at Creighton Reed, trying to play physical, trying to bowl him over.
He did at the end there.
Westervelt's fired up. I don't remember seeing much of Westervelt towards the end of the quarter. That second quarter, I don't know if maybe coach was talking to him about something or not, but you can see right there, the fire is not gone.
Oh, they're going to call it both ways. Nope. Yeah.
Well, they did, but I'm not so sure Westervelt deserved his call. Now,
That's
the hand was
not
down there,
Westervelt,
but
though. That's Jordan Hall.
Was that Hall that they put? Okay.
Well, Westervelt was the one who initiated. That
Right.
drew the initial penalty, and then Hall picked
Dropped
one
the
up
shoulder,
after it.
put it right in the sternum of Creighton Reed. That's why Reed just basically tried to grab onto him and slow him down, but I didn't see what Hall did to get his.
5-on-5 action. Reed's just second penalty of the season. And for Jordan Hall, he hits 10 penalty minutes this year. Grant, Delgarno on the crease, Miller safe. McBride was looking in the direction of Matt McLeod, but it hit traffic before making its way to the Toronto native.
Great passing, though, continues to be the theme of the night for Colorado. They're looking for each other well. Now a big shove down at that end. I don't know if that was as much a shove as maybe a trip.
Yeah, two number 19s on each other off ball. Cam Holding and Mike McClellan. McClellan slipped free. Hacking at it is Orson with 5 to shoot. Buchanan now notices the clock. Rabel, dodge, goes to goal, and Belanger makes the denial. There's 14-second differential up on the Jumbotron in penalties between Reed and Hall, which probably is a mistake as we're at 5-on-5. They should have the same amount of time. Holding frees himself, fake shot, he hit the pipe. Cam Holding with an assist and was an inch away from having a goal as well. Merrill feeding in transition. It's a goal for Kevin Ross. 10-5 in favor of Colorado.
Joey Capito doing his best to try to offer some resistance there on the defensive end, but really just a nice play that time by Philadelphia as you see Ross get the finisher. McClellan draws Capito over, leaves him in no man's land, and just runs that perfectly. That is textbook right there. It's too bad. Holding did a nice job on the other end of being patient. We've seen a lot of patience around the net when guys are catching passes tonight. That's something else that I've really noticed. Not not so hyper about trying to get shots off for the Mammoth tonight. I like the patience and the calmness.
Philadelphia's first goal in more than 16 minutes of game action. Well, at the end of that Calgary game, after Pollock with the extra attacker tied it up inside 40 seconds, Dan Coates, as Mundorf's bounce shot is denied by Belanger. Outlet to Lincoln. Coates threw so many fakes towards the crease and Mike Poulin, and I think he out-faked Poulin and might have out-faked himself. Otherwise, Colorado might have had the leading goal with 20 seconds left. Grant's shot rips off of Miller off the backboards and ends up with the 13th year netminder from Orangeville, Ontario. Swing move, Buchanan switches to the right hand. That one up into the net. It'll be Mammoth ball. Kevin Buchanan from The Ohio State University and Cockeysville, Maryland. His buddy Paul Rabel from Gaithersburg, not far down the road. The Wings with the lone goal here in the third quarter. Colorado by 5. Every game so important at this point for the Mammoth, leading the Wings 10-5 in the third. Fans, tune into Altitude as your Mammoth hits the road to take on rookie sensation Mark Matthews and the West Division leading Edmonton Rush. All the hard-hitting action starts Monday, April 7th at 10 p.m. right here on Altitude, your home of Colorado Mammoth lacrosse all season long. The Rush made the championship game a season ago, but really rode the hot net minding of Aaron Bolt. And who saw them in that championship game, and who saw them now leading the West? But it's happened, and kudos to Mark Matthews and his teammates.
Yeah, his teammates have been a great supporting cast, but when we saw him here, just going off the storyline we saw here, Bold was great net, Matthews provided the scoring.
Crowley spins inside. He has Joel Delgarno on him. You'd think you'd want to exploit that matchup if you're Philadelphia. Casey Powell is caught back defensively as well. Orson looking for the turnover. Ball pops free. Hall feeding the crease. And Mundorf couldn't handle.
Yeah, just handcuffed him. I don't know if he lost it in the lights or what, but he just didn't have his stick in position to make a clean catch. Plus, he was trying to dance on the crease line.
Coates. Ball in front of the penalty boxes, and it's a turnover by the Mammoth as the 8-second shot clock was likely to expire anyway. Crotty right there with Reed. Circles behind and pulls it back. Crotty's game in field lacrosse is playing from behind the goal, and he has this great shot from just a step outside of the goal line extended. Can't pull it off as easily here in box as Ross is sandwiched. Jordan Hall out of the penalty box, feeds behind Westervelt, shovels, save. The buzzer went. Was it a shot clock violation or not? 1-on-4 for Ross. He's held by Creighton Reed and draws a penalty. Kevin Ross, that won't go in the score sheet, but 1-on-4 draws a penalty And Creighton Reed, who had just his second penalty of the season earlier in the quarter, now has his third.
Colorado's just going to need to play good defense, not give any momentum back to Philadelphia. They've done a great job tonight of controlling the momentum and keeping it on their side.
The Wings have already exceeded their shot on goal total from last quarter, just halfway through this one, and you'd think on the power play they'd manage more attempts.
Reed just held on a little too long there.
Crowley, little turf burn, but the ball keeps moving with Hall. Quick stick shot from Ross. Coates looks for it. Mundorf has the loosing. Circling around, feed Westervelt, and pulled back. Crowley feeding over to Mundorf, face dodge, and he pulls down. Now Westervelt, room to shoot, he sends it wide.
We're getting a little taste from up here of what it looks like for the shooter when they face Belanger. He's just a big goalie in that net, and there just is not a lot of space to shoot at. And I realize when you look at most netminders, because of the padding that most of the fans see, you can tell that you're going to have small areas to shoot in, but Belanger looks like at times he takes angles that just swallow up the cage.
Connor McGahey is behind the backup goaltender on the bench, Dan Lewis.
Guys, I asked a couple of the players and the coaching staff if they're intimidated by the likes of Paul Rabel and Brendan Mundorf. Mundorf, a name that lacrosse fans endeavor might be familiar with because of his time with the Outlaws, but they said no, doesn't make a difference. They're still wearing a different color than we are, even though they have some superior star power, guys.
Tough to have superior star power when you have Grant with 2 MVP awards, Powell with 1, Jones the reigning Rookie of the Year, but understood. I mean, there's no bigger name in lacrosse right now globally than Paul Rabel. Coates pressure on Ross. Rory Smith comes in to apply the late hit. The defense resets. Crowley just under the crossbar and in. A power play goal with 12 seconds remaining on Reed's infraction.
Yeah, that's 2 penalties on Reed this quarter and 2 goals off the power play because of it. 3 for Crowley on the night as he gets the hat trick. And you'll see here in the highlight as the ball pops out, defense resets, and I just don't think Belanger ever got a clean look at it. It looks like he was starting to drop low. That ball stayed high and snuck over his shoulder.
Jeff Reynolds with the win. He's a career 60% faceoff man. Came into tonight at 61 and change. Park one-on-one with Buchanan. Help from Lincoln, and it whiffs out of McClellan's stick. Park, good loose ball with a man on his back. And around a pick from McLeod, he's in the open field. Late man on is Pollock. Lincoln stays on offensively around a Jones screen. Lincoln winds, deals, and Miller delivers a save. Jones lost his stick. Brody Merrill has his and has another loose ball.
Some patience out of Lincoln there. Reset his shot point there. Wasn't able to sneak it by, but found something he liked better a couple yards over.
Orson denies Crowley for now. 3 of the 6 goals for the Wings are courtesy of the former teammate of Jordan McBride at Stony Brook. They've combined for 7 overall. Behind the crease, dive shot by Westervelt, stuffed by Belanger, and Westervelt again is shoved. This time it's on Hawksby in the crease.
Well, and that goes back to the start of the game. Those 2 originated the chippy play with Westervelt. Westervelt's playing mean and physical tonight. I don't know what happened last night. I don't know if the loss last night's left an extra bad taste in his mouth.
Delgarno in, no goal, says Todd LeBranch. A crease violation against the Mammoth forward. 4:06 to go, quarter number 3. Kevin Crowley has a hat trick tonight, but on that shot, he was denied by the Mammoth netminder. We're back at Pepsi Center, third quarter, Colorado by 4. The Wings have scored the lone 2 goals in the third. Avalanche fans, be sure and tune into Altitude Tuesday night as your Colorado Avalanche take on the Nashville Predators. Join Kyle Keefe at 5:30 for the pregame show to get all your latest news and updates on your Colorado Avalanche and around the NHL. Right here on your home for Colorado Avalanche hockey. So on Delgarno's goal, Bob Hamley threw the challenge flag. He has 20 seconds to do it. And it seemed like it came very late. The officials said, no, sir, you have just that 20, and it came after the allotted period.
So the challenge has been waived off, as you said. I'm not sure he would have won the challenge. What was your opinion? It didn't seem like Delgarno offered really much of an argument when he learned it was waived off. So I don't know what he knows, what he doesn't know. But you know, when a player feels like he's been robbed, we see an emotional reaction. There was none of that.
Or every time you see an emotional reaction.
Usually there's some sort of complaining anyway.
A penalty in football, a foul, penalty here, a challenge on a goal. Capito staying with Mundorf. Tough catch, McClellan, and that one into the gut of Ian Hawksby.
Yeah, I don't think that felt good.
No, and he's signed because of injuries the Mammoth has in the defensive end. Orson keeps it on the offensive half, and Grant long bounce pass to Pollock to reset. Jones a high screen. Grant all the way across to Casey Powell. 10 seconds on the clock. Casey spinning inside. Denial with 4 to shoot. They'll just leave it right behind in the grips of Jeff Reynolds.
You know, one of the things I think the Mammoth players are going to learn about Casey Powell, it's a little tricky with Junior because you can't tell if he's looking or he's going to the hoop. It's one of the things that makes his game great. Casey's clearly looking to try to set some guys up, it seems like, more often than shoot, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the numbers speak to it. Crowley, that one ripped off of Rich Morgan's helmet.
I mean, that last possession, he had his head up the whole time after making a dodge, just hoping to feed it to somebody, and the cutter never really came that he was looking for.
Well, it's like a point guard in basketball, right? Always looking forward, not down at the dribble. Hall gets a switch, now picked up by Park. Crowley shoots and scores. Kevin Crowley has matched Jordan McBride with 4 goals tonight. The Wings 3-0 in the third.
Belanger looks incredulous. He's not sure how that one made it in. I mean, it seemed fairly easy here. I don't know what he's upset about, but he's staring at the net, said something to the official. I think he's over it now, but just another one I'm not sure he tracked well as it came out of the stick on Crowley.
Matt McLeod credited with a face-off win due to the procedure violation on Philadelphia. Only his second win of the season, and then Colorado turns it right back. The Mammoth was up by 5 against Calgary and lost. Up by 6 to end the first half. And now it's down to 3. Pressure from Orson, but he can't handle it. Crowley catches, and Belanger this time denies the second-year man.
Rory Smith getting physical with, I think, Brendan Mundorf over there in the far corner. Now Mundorf calls for the ball. I think Mundorf wanted a little of Rory Smith after a nice physical battle there. You know, I was curious because, again, we've talked about sort of the fire. That's a tough miss by Pollock, but he regains the possession.
That's 2 shots up to his helmet. And he loses the ball.
Going back to Westerville, we've seen a different fire and really just a nastiness out of him tonight. A little grit in his shorts, as you borrow a hockey term, but I'm just wondering, I haven't seen the video of him all year. I wonder if that's just something he's adopted. He's so much bigger, as you laid out at the beginning of the broadcast. But I just wonder if he's decided to use his physical stature to dominate some guys in this league. I don't remember seeing this out of him as much in the past.
No, and you think to who he might have learned from on his team. I mean, Rabel's a big body, but he doesn't bowl people over like that. Crowley does a bit of it every now and again. Dan Dawson was here, but not really known as that player, especially not later in his career. As a turnover by Philadelphia.
Maybe he learned it watching Junior. I mean, that's Junior's game. Junior will take it right to you if he can.
55 seconds to go. Colorado has not scored in the third. You mentioned it earlier. This has been a troublesome quarter for the Mammoth. Jones is denied by Miller. He looks up at the clock, then realizes he's got Brody Merrill on him. Jones pushes the ball to himself. Oh, and a smart play by Jones. He's not resetting the clock, so they can hold for one. Brilliant play by Adam Jones.
That's when you see the kid grow up there, right? The mental part of the game. He's always had the physical since he came into this league. Showing a smart play right there. Just
How many guys think of
Merrill.
that?
Not many. Especially after battling with somebody halfway down the floor, you just want to scoop it up and own the possession, don't you?
And the best or second best loose ball man in the history of the NLL. Powell leaves, Pollock on the crease, Miller with the save. End of the third quarter. Or is it? They'll say it is. Kevin Crowley owned the third quarter for Philadelphia. He scored a couple times and cut that Mammoth lead from 6 down to just 3. An exciting finish here on Altitude Sports. Stay with us. We're back at Pepsi Center for the start of the fourth quarter with the Mammoth clinging to a 3-goal lead. Did you miss the big goal that everyone was talking about last week? Maybe Jordan McBride's goal from tonight? Don't sweat it. Visit the Lacrosse Network online to see the top 10 plays from last weekend's action. You can also watch full replays of every game played this season. It's all there on demand anytime that fits your schedule. Visit youtube.com/the Lacrosse Network. And Andy, I'm going to tell you the stat of the third quarter.
Let's have it.
Loose balls. Colorado 4, Philadelphia 23.
Wow. Well, that would explain why they got the goals in that half, the 3 goals in that quarter, I should say.
Wow, there's a loose ball to start the fourth, and that 4 includes Jones's to draw the 6-on-5 at the end. Capito had the loose ball to start this period, and Colorado back on the offensive. Slowly is Merrill over. Grant shoots, Miller with the save. Here is Brody Merrill. He nearly picked the pocket on the crossfield pass. Shoots, and Belanger shoves it aside.
Nice save by Belanger.
Jamie Lincoln passes off the boards ahead to Matt McLeod.
Looked
Grant
routine.
the first runner on. Excuse me, Andy.
They gave him the shooter, and he did his job. No small feat when you get to the fourth quarter.
Blue hen on blue hen in front of the hot tub. It's Brett Manny guarding John Grant Jr. Grant set play to McBride. It's out of his stick, and it leads to transition for Costabile. 2-on-1 wings. Costabile keeping, shot it wide. Will that one go out of play? No, it doesn't. Paul Rabel sandwiched through 2 defenders, denied by Belanger.
Belanger just staying strong in his pipes, not jumping around in position. And again, we see another angle, at least from our vantage point, where the shooter has nothing to see as far as the pipes go as he tries to go far side. That's how much of the goal Belanger eats up when he holds his angle.
Andy, how important is a Mammoth goal soon?
I'd say it's real important. Just a 10-7 3-goal lead.
Grant, 2 to shoot, and that one's behind the net, not in. Philadelphia ball, trailing by 3. Fans, tonight's Colorado Mammoth telecast is being brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit thinkfordnow.com. Buchanan hesitation. Now lost stick from Rory Smith, and that one whips off of Cam Holding, who corrals a loose ball.
Give some credit to those backside wing players. I think Rich Morgan was one of them. I didn't see the other side, but whoever was in the transition point did a good job to stay with his man. A late substitution by the wings could have caused some confusion. Mammoth didn't. They kept their assignments, and there was no place for Buchanan to go with that pass.
Getting late in the shot clock. Grant from Jones. Now McBride looking to step into another one. He's hammered. And Grant held by Manny, but the shot clock expires.
Yeah, that's got to be a little bit frustrating. You're looking at John Grant Jr. wanting to get a word in with the official for not getting called for holding. Look, whether there's 2 seconds left or not, a call is a call, right?
Yeah. It's either a hold or it isn't. That's what irritates me at the end of games when they say they put away their whistles. Well, it doesn't say that in the rule book. Rabel's outside shot is wide. 4 to shoot. Whistles that one low to Belanger. Grant, who's got a couple of goals, 3 assists as well. Picks up high. Delgarno and Grant, neither one knew who was going to get it. Now Grant on the wrong side, behind the back to Delgarno. And that one wide of the net. Casey Powell kicks it, and Dan Coates keeps it. 1 to shoot, and it hit Grant instead of Miller.
So no reset. That was unfortunate. Junior, though, doing great work with the behind-the-back pass. He's been laser accurate with it this evening. Thought we were going to get a couple highlight goals out of it.
And he doesn't just do it on the run. He does it to a moving target on the run.
It's pretty good, if you haven't heard.
Mundorf, Buchanan, who's been pretty good at times for the Wings, but hasn't done too much tonight. Career high 24 goals and 57 points in 2011 with Boston. He played his first 2 seasons in 09 and 10 as a member of the Minnesota Swarm, a Buffalo Bandit, a season ago. Grant threw a Jones pick. Swing move with Manny right there with him. Grant, a lot of work. There's the hold, swings it, and it hits his teammate Sean Pollock.
And Pollock is out of air. That was right in the rib cage, and it was about 2 yards away.
And Grant just had words for Todd LeBranch, more than words.
Well, he's getting bowled over. Westervelt's drawn a couple calls that way. And like we said, maybe this is where Westervelt's taking a cue from. You just saw the physical nature from John Grant Jr. I didn't see the conversation with the official, though, because I wanted to make sure Pollock was okay. He caught that shot close, right in the rib cage. You'll see right here towards the end of the play, Pollock right on the crease, and right in the rib.
And that's still, from Grant, that's probably still 50, 60 miles an hour on the weakest shot you'd ever see him take. Power play for Colorado. The Mammoth 3 for 3 on the man up. They've converted all 3 shots they've taken.
I just hope Pollock's okay. I mean, he's back out there.
To Grant. Miller finally his first save on the man up, or man down as it is for the Wings. McBride feeding Jones. One too many passes as it was tipped down by Pat Heim. First time we've said the 6th-year man's name tonight.
That was going to be beautiful. Credit Philadelphia for not letting it be beautiful.
Yeah, you can't fault the extra pass from Jones.
He had what he wanted, just couldn't complete the pass.
Mundorf draws pressure. He finds a seam, and Belanger makes the save. Mundorf pushed that one in. He got his own rebound somehow on the dive. And now Belanger behind the back to McBride. A minute remaining in the penalty to Manny. Colorado looks to stay perfect on the man up tonight.
You need to pop the lid off that number 10, though. This would be a good time to do it.
Powell behind the back, McBride, and Miller finally with a save on Jordan McBride on a shot on goal.
Yeah, and Miller stayed square to him, stayed tall, kept his chest up, didn't give him any lane for that ball to sneak by.
Adam Jones was looking for Joel White. His bull dodge behind the back shot. He could have killed some time, but didn't. And Ryan Hotaling loses it to Joey Capito. 25 seconds remaining in the Manny penalty. Under 9 to go in regulation. Colorado by 3 on Western night.
Pollock picks it up. Junior thinking about a shot, sees Powell. Powell creating space for Junior. Junior offering him the same luxury. That one's off the boards, and Powell's going to have to run to save that.
Brody Merrill thought it shouldn't have been whistled dead. It was, and it brings us to a break. The Mammoth unsuccessful for the first time tonight on the man advantage. Bob Hanley's crew clinging to that 3-goal lead. The Wings have it within 3 against the Mammoth from Pepsi Center here in the 4th. Lacrosse fans, pick up your Colorado Mammoth memorabilia and apparel now for that special one in your life today. Get the Mammoth jersey look like the pros. Stop by the Altitude Authentics store here at Pepsi Center or log on to Altitude Authentics to shop 24 hours a day. Tonight's item of the game, which every game they have one, specially priced, heavily discounted, a Mammoth t-shirt that resembles the Mammoth logo with the Colorado State flag. More than 700 of those off the shelves this evening already.
It's a very, very good looking shirt.
I make sure to stop in there before coming up to the broadcast booth each game. And Andy, after the Wings gave up 15 goals in the second half last night, Colorado hasn't scored in 21-31, dating back to 3 seconds left in the second quarter. Manny's out of the box. Even strength. Rory Smith on a switch with Paul Rabel. He dives and lost it out of his cross.
He's got enough of a little, I think Rory got enough of a check that he was able to get that ball out. Rabel was diving down.
Rabel high pass, and Mundorf swallows it up. Hall looks to cut that deficit to 2. Right at Ian Hawksby, and it's ripped away. Capito there in the burgundy jersey with Hawksby shoveled aside, and Joey Capito with a loose ball.
It's almost as if the game plan tonight for the Wings has been play physical with some of the smaller Mammoth defenders, and it's had just medium success, I would say. You see there, Rabel loses it again. And this is the point in the game with 7 minutes left to go, just a little over 7 minutes left to go, where you wonder if maybe last night's game's not taking a toll on Philadelphia.
Powell caught near goal line extended. He's one-on-one with Crotty, two of the best to ever play the collegiate game. Powell's shot is well wide, a little dart out of his stick.
Mammoth, though, not getting the same offensive possessions that they got earlier in the game.
Costabile's pass off the far boards. Controlled by Mike McClellan. The debut of a 50-50 at Pepsi Center. Buchanan in, and he scores. It's down to a 2-point game.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, after the great first half by Colorado, we're watching Philly start to crawl back in this one. Colorado needs a goal. I said it earlier. They got to pop the top on 10, get to 11, maybe go on a little bit of a run.
Buchanan's first went right around Holding, and in the air brought it back to the near side. Tonight's 50-50 winner, it was the debut of it, 4,800 and change. It's a nice way to celebrate a
Easter?
Saturday evening.
Anything?
Westervelt with a little ginger attempt at the catch and shoveled back by Reed. I think it was a good option. He wasn't going to get the loose ball. It was out of his grasp.
No, that was a laser precise pass from Mundorf. Westervelt just wasn't ready for it.
Mundorf's pass was deflected by Dan Coates, and it was a shot clock violation.
Now Capito says something to somebody.
Well, and the Philadelphia Wings touched the ball, which they shouldn't have done on the bench, as we check in once again with Connor.
Hey guys, as John Grant Jr. has the ball right now, his shot a couple minutes ago hit Sean Pollock in the rib. He was bent over back in the tunnel back here on the bench, and he was kind of hurting big time. So if you see him kind of limping out there, he took a John Grant Jr. shot right to his rib, unprotected. So he's hurting a little bit. Back upstairs.
And that's what I was worried about. Connor said it towards the end. Was it unprotected? You got to hope there's nothing wrong with that rib. Hopefully he's okay. Doesn't show sign of some sort of internal injury, because that really was very close to take that hard a shot with no protection on.
Approaching 5 minutes remaining in regulation. McLeod had Heim and a second Wings defender on him, but he maintained possession. Colorado still scoreless in the second half. Can Grant end that? Joel White right there with him. Hartzell on a switch, a double team. 3 to shoot for the Mammoth. And Grant will just dump it in the corner. No, he won't. Delgarno leaves it down on the turf. Little unrest from the Mammoth faithful.
Well, Philadelphia is picking up their pace. Mentioning the tired legs, 8 goals. That 8th goal, anyway, has kind of reinvigorated them.
Pinball from Jarrett Park on the clear to Cam Holding. Numbers briefly for the Mammoth. Jones from Holding, and a save by Miller. Jones off the backboards. He leads all all forwards in the NLL in loose balls, and an illegal substitution. Too many men called on Colorado. So with its lead from 6 down to 2, they'll also be down a man on the other side of this commercial break. 10-8 Mammoth. It's a nail biter here at the Loud House. Chance of Go Mammoth here at Pepsi Center, but the fans nervous to see the Colorado lead down to 2 with 4:32 remaining in regulation. Fans, tune into Altitude every Wednesday at 5 p.m. for Mammoth Magazine, your inside connection to the ins and outs of your favorite lacrosse team. Join host Todd Romero every Wednesday at 5 for extensive game highlights, player profiles, weekly chats with Coach Hamley, and a preview of upcoming games. Altitude Sports, your home of the Colorado Mammoth. The Wings on the power play, successful 2 out of 3 times, entering this man-up opportunity.
Well, and this one's doubly poisonous because it takes a possession away from the Mammoth. They had the ball, and now they lose it and go down.
One too many coming off in transition. Screen from outside. Mundorf finds his UMBC alum, Drew Westerveld. Back to Mundorf. To Westerveld and sent that one wide. Ross has the loose ball. Bunched up formation, and Hall sends that one to a save. Joey Capito baseball bats at it and has it. We saw an amazing play from Adam Jones. How about that from Joey Capito, and now a delayed penalty against the Wings.
Look, Capito deserves one of the co-MVPs of the game. He hasn't done anything fancy on the stat sheet, as you referred to earlier, but he has been really, really good tonight. Done a lot of the little things, done a lot of the hustle plays that you need, and he's played some really good defense too. Plus, he does have the goal from earlier.
Grant takes that one. You can see his helmet loose again. Dive shot. Merrill just shoves Pollock to the side, and John Grant's helmet, he's lucky. If he didn't have that chin strap tight, it would have come off a dozen times this evening.
Yeah, and he's frustrated. You can see that. His body language is showing it. I think he's tired of getting roughed up. It's amazing at his age to still be playing this game. Every time he goes to the net, he shows you how physical it is.
55 seconds remaining in the penalty, being served by Jamie Lincoln. So we'll play 4-on-4 strength for 55, then a minute 5 power play for Colorado with only 3:25 left in the fourth. So not only important to draw the penalty, but to use the full 30 on that shot clock. Grant shoots that one high, but it comes right to Powell. His helmet was loose again. Jones, sidewinder off the post. Jones gets his own rebound.
And Junior took on 2 guys, throwing a pick to 2 guys, getting his arm out there, slowing down a defender, and left it wide open for Jones.
Grant near the hot tub. Under 3 to go. 15 ticks in Jamie Lincoln's penalty. 120 in the penalty served by Crotty. 3 seconds to shoot. Double team comes. Grant was looking for McBride. The play was drawn up correctly, but it ends up harmlessly for the Wings in their corner.
Good news is Colorado's about to get Lincoln out of the box. There he goes.
Mundorf thought he was open. He didn't know Lincoln was prying free. His teammate Kevin Crowley did. 4-on-5 now. Mundorf, good defense from Lincoln, and it's knocked down by the Mammoth D.
Yeah, Lincoln's going to make sure he doesn't get called for a holding.
Ahead, here is Lincoln. Shoots and sends it high. He was in the crease, so it's a turnover. The Mammoth 3 for 4 on the power play. The Wings down a man for another 35 seconds.
Lincoln took off after the nice defensive play, but as we've talked about with Belanger today, now Brandon Miller does the same thing. Looks big in the net as Belanger turns that one aside.
That was the hardest shot of the night from Rabel.
Yeah. You don't want to get that uncorked, and now to even it up, Miller's heading off the floor.
He went halfway. Loose ball, Orson, he loses it. It's free in front of the Mammoth goal and picked up by Park. A minute 30 to go. Watch your back, Joey Capito. There's a wing coming at you. Could Colorado win a game without scoring in the second half?
Well, and what's going to be talked about after this is what happened to the offense in the second half. What's been unfortunate for them is Jones takes a big shot. They've done a lot of really good things. They've had some nice plays that just couldn't capitalize, and now Miller's running off floor with the rest of his defensive teammates.
Inside a minute. Bull dodge, and it goes in. Drew Westerveld scores for Philadelphia to make it a 1-goal game.
They could not knock him off his spot. He stayed with the balance on the back foot even as he was being shoved and still found its way past Belanger. And you see it there. Cam Holding giving pretty good defense on Drew Westervelt, but again, there's just times where you got to credit the other guy for making a good play, and I think Belanger thought he had a different angle on it than he did. Now that face-off becomes important. I thought
the Mammoth
had it.
The Mammoth has won 7 face-offs tonight. Make it 8. Joey Capito.
And Capito does it again. Don't underestimate the power that he has in those hands to keep the ball in his stick even when he's getting checks thrown at him.
About 18-second differential, game clock to shot clock. Grant one-on-one with Meadwire. Sends it wide. McBride, Pollock had the loose ball. No reset. Shot clock violation. And Philadelphia will call timeout, go 6-on-5 to draw up one final play with 16.5 seconds left. You think you've seen it all in the sport of lacrosse. You think you've seen it all, and then you see this.
Well,
Colorado still has the lead.
Yeah, I know, and I hope I could say we saw a team manage to keep a 10-goal lead all throughout the half. Now, there may be some time going back on the clock. Philadelphia has been complaining about it since the timeout, and really just to be even about it, I think the timeout should have been awarded around 18 seconds or 20 seconds. Philadelphia is going to have close to a full possession to get this game tied up and send it to free lacrosse.
With a 6-on-5. Now, if you're Colorado, if you're the defense, if you catch that ball as they do adjust and make it 19 even, you can pretty much just heave it down the other end, and that should do it.
Well,
Paul Rabel will bring it from his goal the length of the floor.
I wouldn't mind seeing perfectly Capito get the ball and take it down. I mean, he's had good wheels and a strong stick tonight.
Coates, Orson, Capito, Smith and Morgan defensively for Colorado.
And Smith is on Westervelt. He just gave him a whack.
Westervelt with possession. Feed in tight to Ross. It ends up loose. Picked up by Smith. If he can heave it, it'll be over. Whistles and a timeout called by the Mammoth bench. The Wings asking for 5 seconds. There's 2.8 on the clock showing. And 6 seconds, says crew chief Todd LaBranche.
Well, 2 of the heroes tonight, there's going to be the usual suspects for the Mammoth. And one of the guys that's becoming a usual suspect is Ty Belanger. But I think when you look at some of the effort players that are on this squad, Hawksby, fresh back with the Mammoth, giving him a little extra, but Joey Capito really has done a great job tonight. I mean, just good in so many areas, and as you've said, it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet what he does, but he really is a big member of this team right now. His energy is incredible.
He's one of the top transition players in the NLL.
Yeah.
A late round draft pick a couple seasons ago, and Jordan McBride with 17 goals in his last 6 games. 17 goals in the month of March.
And another young man carving out a role for himself is Jamie Lincoln, and it looks like he's going to be one that handles the ball here for Colorado as they try to end this game and get a win without scoring in the second half. Philadelphia is still complaining they want 5 seconds on the clock.
Well, and all Colorado has to do is throw it down the other end. I said it before, but now it's really true. There's nobody in the back 80 feet. One of the better-known fans who sits about 8 rows up from the penalty box. The first half, there was plenty to dance and celebrate about for the Mammoth. 6 seconds away from celebrating its 2nd consecutive home win and 3rd overall in the last 4 games. Lincoln around a pick from Belanger. Jamie Lincoln will run it out. He does. Colorado victorious without scoring a goal in the second half. Ty Belanger limits the Wings to just 9 goals tonight.
Well, more good than bad for Colorado, but you don't like to see the offense disappear in the second half. But the reality of it is they did get some good chances. They just didn't make it pay off. It was one of those cases where they had a number of good plays, especially in the fourth quarter, that you wished would have went in and rewarded the players that made them. Some good off-ball movements, some nice cuts, but it doesn't matter. It's a win.
And I asked the question, as you see Belanger shake hands with the Wings goaltender Brandon Miller, if there was a time that Miller might come out. He pitched a second half shutout.
Yeah, he got it going. He locked it down. Colorado, some of their shots hit him in the chest. They helped him out just a little bit, at least in the third quarter. But Miller was incredible in the fourth quarter, again, making some saves on some plays that should have been goals. And I believe there was a backdoor goal that was going to Sean Pollock, and I think Miller was the one that got his stick on the pass to knock that down.
So Colorado improves to 5-8, and still very much in the thick of things here in the NLL Champions Cup playoff race. At Edmonton next week, then home to Minnesota and finishing in Minnesota the same way it played out in 2012. Of course, the record different for the Mammoth. And for the Philadelphia Wings, losses on back-to-back nights. They've lost 4 straight and fall to 5-7. A victory lap for the Mammoth. Jarrett Park battled hard, as did that entire Mammoth defense. And seemingly every defender who had something to say for Drew Westerville.
Yeah, he took on the whole Mammoth squad tonight. He also got that big goal that put it to 9, so he had himself an evening.
Now check in with Connor McGahey. He has tonight's man of
Thanks,
steel.
Willie B. Joey, you were 1-1 tonight, 6 loose balls. Talk about you, first of all.
I had a big game. Worked really hard on the loosies and took care of the defensive end first. So, I played great, but the entire team played awesome. Ty was great in net. The offense got it done. Just a great team win.
It was a big team win. The guys played really well. No goals in the second half, though, for the Mammoth. I'm not sure that has happened in a long time. The team wins, but no, there's no goals. Thanks for that. No, that's good. It's good. It felt good. There's no goals in the second half. What happened there?
Not exactly how we drew it up, but our offense came out on fire, built us that early lead. And like I said, Belanger was phenomenal all night, and our defense really came together in the second. Got a big character win.
And talk about your goaltender for a second, Ty Belanger.
He's a great goalie. I've been saying it for the last 2 years. He's going to be a phenomenal goalie in this league for years to come, and he showed it tonight.
What's this week ahead got for you?
It's another opportunity. We're fighting for that last playoff spot. We're going to go to Edmonton, and then we're going to come back for one last home game for these awesome fans.
Well, sounds good. Congratulations on the win, Joey. Good luck in Edmonton. We'll see you back here in a couple weeks.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, there's Joey Cupido. 1-1 and 6 loose balls tonight. Josh and Andy.
Thanks, Connor. The Mammoth victorious 10-9 over the Philadelphia Wings. We'll step aside and be right back from Pepsi Center. 10-9, Mammoth over Philadelphia. Back at Pepsi Center, 10-9 Colorado over Philadelphia in one of the more bizarre games you'd ever see. Andy, in the National Lacrosse League, did you ever think you could see a game where a team does not score in the second half and still wins?
Not with the number being 10. I mean, I could see it if maybe you were up 15 or something, but no, not with the number being 10. Just another strange component to this season that's been a little weird,
Why
little
not?
up and down, you know. But whatever. You take a W any way you can when you're battling for that playoff spot.
The final stats are brought to us by our friends at American Furniture Warehouse. And between the pipes, you had Ty Belanger, 36 saves, just 9 goals against. And that loose ball number, it tightened up despite that ridiculous 23-4 in favor of Philadelphia in the third.
Well, that was one of the reasons why the Mammoth couldn't get a goal in the third quarter, is because they couldn't win a loose ball. It was 20-something to 4, you had mentioned.
23-4, yeah.
23-4. I mean, that right there, that accounts for a third of their loose balls all game long. So the Mammoth really dominating, or at least staying even with a very good loose ball team the other 3 quarters.
John Grant Jr. passes Gary Gay for third all-time in points. He trails only Colin Doyle and John Tavares. Where do you put Grant as far as Gate? Where do you measure them up in their legacies?
Boy, that's tough. They've got to at least be even right now, don't they? They have to at least be even, I think.
Gary played in a time of the year where the seasons were just 8 games, then 10 and 12, and Grant came into the league once the season.
So is it at least 1 and 2? Where would you put them?
Tavares, Gary Gate, they're 1 and 1A, whatever rank you want to put them. John Grant Jr. to me is the third best to ever play in the NLL. For Andy Lindhall, Connor McGahee, our entire production crew, I'm Josh Gross saying so long from Pepsi Center, where the Mammoth has beaten the Wings by a final score of 10-9. Be sure and join us on Sunday, April 7th at 10 p.m. as the Mammoth travels to Alberta to take on Mark Matthews and the West Division leading Edmonton Rush. Tonight's telecast has been a production of Altitude Sports and Entertainment and is a copyrighted telecast of the National Lacrosse League, which may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast without the express consent of the National Lacrosse League. Colorado wins 10-9.